A pre-application survey of the property must be conducted to determine its suitability to receive the system and whether repairs to the building structure are necessary before application. Apply ecorend XR1 fungicidal wash if required to treat algae if visible. Holes, undulations, or insufficiently filled joints must be repaired using suitable mortar. Loose and spalling render or projecting mortar joints should be removed, and any uneven surfaces leveled using ecorend X32 one-coat base to minimize variations in the thickness of the SF15 Sil-Flex thin coat render system. Ensure the substrate is clean, dry, well bonded, and free from anything that may impair adhesion. Water down with clean water to control suction if required. Application must not be carried out in wet weather, during frost, or when temperatures are expected to fall below 5 degrees Celsius during application or curing. Newly applied areas must be protected from rain, frost, strong winds, and rapid drying caused by direct sunlight using suitable protection. ecorend BA3 fast set bead adhesive should be mixed with clean water at a rate of 5 to 5.7 liters per 25 kilogram bag, using a suitable paddle mixer. Mix for 2 minutes. Allow to stand for 2 minutes. Then remix before use. The process allows the additives to dissolve and activate. Bell cast beads should always be set and a minimum of 150 millimeters off the finished floor, level, or in line with DPC. Set the render profile bead immediately by pressing the bead firmly, encompassing the wing of the bead. Troweling out the remainder of the ecorend BA3 fast set bead adhesive, line and level should be checked immediately. Care should be taken not to leave the BA3 proud of the bead. Excessive material on the visible nosing of the bead should be cleaned from the bead with clean water immediately. Dubbing or leveling out should be completed in no greater than 15 mm depth per pass, which should be lightly keyed and left to dry before commencement of the ecorend SF15 silicone thin coat render system. The ecorend OCR one-coat base should be mixed with clean water at a rate of approximately 5.5 to 5.75 liters per 25 kilogram bag, using a suitable high-speed paddle mixer. Mix for 2 minutes. Allow to stand for 2 minutes, then remix. This process allows the additives to dissolve and activate. Add more water if required to achieve optimum application consistency. The ecorend OCR one-coat base is applied by hand using a hawk and trowel, or spray applied using suitable equipment to the required minimum thickness of 10 mm, leaving a flat finish. The first pass should be applied to the substrate with a stainless steel trowel or spray pump and, for ease of application, a serrated feather edge and finishing spatula can be used to achieve the minimum thickness of 6 to 8 mm. Wing mesh beads must be accurately installed around windows, doors, and reveals to control movement and reinforce high-stress areas. Fix the bead into a continuous bed of base coat, typically on top of the first pass of the OCR one-coat base, ensuring it is plumb and secure. The wing should sit flush to the frame or reveal edge to create a clean stop and accommodate thermal movement, allowing the SF15 finish to be applied tight to the bead for a sharp, durable edge and long-term crack resistance. Lightly embed fiber-reinforcing mesh vertically top to bottom into the first pass, ensuring that a minimum of 100 mm overlaps the mesh at the meshed joints. Ensure there are no mesh joint overlaps within 150 mm of any openings. Additional fiber reinforcing mesh stress patches of 500 by 500 mm should be added at all openings, for example, windows, doors, and reveals, for additional substrate stress protection. Once stiffened, the second pass should then be applied to a minimum 2 to 4 mm thick, wet on wet to the first pass, leveled flat using a spatula or straight edge. The ecorend OCR One Coat base should be finished to a smooth, flat finish using a sponge float in preparation to receive the ecorend SF15 Sil-Flex Thin Coat Primer with a minimum thickness of 10 mm. SF15 Sil-Flex Thin Coat Primer is applied to the base coat when fully cured and dry, using a lamb's wool roller, paintbrush, or spray, depending on the size of the substrate. The ecorend OCR One Coat base must be 100% covered with ecorend SF15 Sil-Flex Thin Coat Primer. Once the ecorend SF15 Sil-Flex Thin Coat Primer is fully cured and the substrate is dry, apply the ecorend SF15 Sil-Flex Thin Coat Render using a stainless steel trowel or suitable spray equipment, depending on the grain size. Use the aggregate size to gauge the render's thickness when applying to the substrate. For example, ecorend SF15 Sil-Flex Thin Coat Render equals thickness 1.5 mm. Once the render is applied, finish with a plastic float, working the material in small circular motions until the desired finish is achieved. Ecorend SF15 also formulated for spray application. Contact our expert technical department for further information on suitable spray equipment. Clean off all marks, blemishes and splashes, and all traces of render and mastic from windows, door frames, sills and other affected surfaces. Remove masking tape and polythene sheeting, and leave the work complete and to the satisfaction of the client.